your warm-up problem, working on 4/6 in comparison to 4/8. What strategy, Susie, did we use yesterday? Less talking, more listening would help you answer my question. What strategy did we use yesterday? Sit down. Sitting down. Lucy? We used bar models. And we used fraction strips. Let's go ahead and use bar models again today. How many bar models am I going to draw?
2.
2. Ooh, that one kind of took on a funky wave. Do my bar models have to be equal?
Yes.
Yes. Why? Why? Fill in why.
Because fractions are fair.
Fractions are fair. I have to start off with the same size whole before I can even start comparing fractions. All right, I'm going to break my first one up into 4/6. Am I break it into fourths?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes? No? What do I break it into? How do we know? Eva, scoot up. What do I break it into? How do I know? Courtney, what am I going to break apart my first bar into?
The 6.
How do you know?
Because the denominator tells how many pieces are there.
Yes, my denominator, Parker, tells how many pieces are in a whole. I'm going to find my middle part first. Then I can break the rest of it into 6. Could I color in any random 4 boxes?
Yeah.
Yes, I
harder
can.
to compare.
But it's going to be a lot more challenging when I'm looking at comparing. So I'm going to start from one end and shade. I could shade in any 4 random boxes, and it's still going to give me 4/6. However, it's just going to make it that much harder for your brain. All right, my next fraction is 4/8. Do I break it into fourths or eighths? Raise your hand to tell me. Cord?
8.
How do you know?
Because the denominator tells how many boxes.
And our denominator is what?
8.
Good. And our middle again. All right, I've broken it into 8ths. Can I shade any random 4 I want to?
Yes.
But again, I want to start at the same end so I can easily tell which one is going to be longer and therefore larger. All right, now that I have my model drawn, can we easily tell which fraction is larger?
Yes.
Yes. Someone tell me what the expression is going to say. Grace, you want to give it a go?
Yes. 4/6
4/6
is larger.
Is
Greater
than
4/8.
4/8. We good with that?
Yeah.
Could I have written 4/8 is less than 4/6?
Yes.
Is that fine? Yes. All right. Today we are going to continue using bar models, but we're going to get started on showing equivalency in comparing fractions on a number line today. It is the same setup, and it should look very similar to what we're doing, but instead of having boxes, it's just going to be a line. Cheyenne, question? Okay. This is a really long word problem that we're going to read through together, and we're going to figure out who we agree with and why. So it reads, Tessa and Andy were talking about how much pizza they ate last night at the party. They were trying to figure out who ate more. Tessa ate 2/3 of a small pizza, and Andy ate 4/6 of a small pizza. Did they both eat the same size pizza?
Yes.
Can we compare their amounts then?
Yes.
Yes, it is not like the Damien and Miss Miller pizza eating contest where Damien had small pizza and Miss Miller had large pizza. Those are 2 different size holes. They had the same size hole. Andy said he ate more because 4/6 is bigger than 2/3, because the denominator and the numerator are both larger. Tessa thinks they ate the same amount because 4/6 and 2/3 are equivalent fractions. Who do you agree with? Why? Let's go ahead and write an answer sentence. The question is written down at the bottom that you're basing your answer sentence off. Alright, so we figured out an answer sentence. I agree with somebody because then we left space and Amy, this is written in your notebook, correct? Get started, please. How would I figure out who ate more pizza? How would I do that? Because I've read the problem. I know they're trying to figure out who ate more. I wrote an answer sentence, and now I need to make a plan, and my plan is likely going to be some kind of drawing. What would make sense? Would I draw circles?
No.
Side note, don't ever draw circles. Circles are very hard to partition correctly. Am I going to draw 2 circle pizzas?
No.
Please don't. What would be a better strategy to compare who ate more? Gabriella?
We can take 2 rectangles and then we can put 4/6 and 2/3 in one box. 2/3 in one box and 4/6.
Alright, so let's start with Tessa. I'm going to name this pizza T. T for Tessa. Tessa ate 2/3. Does thirds have a middle? No, thirds are a weird one. Thirds don't have a middle. Partition the first box into thirds. Try your best to make them as even as possible. And then shade in those 2/3. Brian, your pencil needs to be in your hand because you have several things that aren't written down. Great. And then Gabriella said, okay, in the next one we need to draw Andy's pizza. I'm going to put A for Andy. Parker, what am I going to partition Andy's pizza into? Fourths, why? 6, why? Good. The denominator is 6. Does the 6 have a middle spot?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead and find the middle spot first. Then you can partition the rest. Alright, and then we'll shade in 4 due to the numerator. Okay, so our 2 reasons. Andy thinks that he ate more because the numerator and the denominator are both bigger than Tessa's amount. Is that a strategy we use to compare fractions?
No.
No. That's not even a strategy that is correct. So is Andy likely going to be right?
No.
Alright, let's look at Tessa. Tessa thinks they ate the same amount because 4/6 and 2/3 are equivalent fractions. Are equivalent fractions a strategy we know?
Yes.
So is Tessa likely going to be right?
Yes.
Alright, look at your models. Or look at my model. Who is correct?
Tessa.
Tessa. 2/3 and 4/6 are equivalent fractions. Go ahead and fill in your answer sentence. These are kinds of questions that you might see on the EOG. You're going to have to figure out, what do they want me to do? Oh, we need to figure out who ate more. Okay, I can do that. Fill in your answer sentence and fill in the because. How do you know? Tell me what you did. Brian, get a pencil in your hand, please.
Equal.
The whole has to be equal the same. Where's my picture? Come on, I know you're in here somewhere.
Maybe it's on the bottom.
Well, all right, we'll fill it in.
Whoa.
Has to be the same. You cannot compare small pizza to large pizza. You cannot compare mini bar model to giant bar model. It's not going to work. Use that knowledge when we go into number lines. Am I going to draw one short number line and one long number line? Yes? No?
No.
My whole has to be the same. So how do you think I can use number lines to help me show equivalency or to compare fractions? How am I going to do it? How do you think I'm going to do it? Hey, Nancy, look at that watch again. I'm going to put it on my desk. Okay. We're on the same page. Susie, what would I do? What do you think I'm going to do? If I'm going to use number lines to show equivalency or to compare, I'm going to stop. Uh-huh. Okay. How many number lines am I going to have? Probably two. I'm probably going to draw two number lines. If I'm comparing two fractions, just like I'm going to draw two bar models, I'm going to draw two number lines. Go ahead and turn to the next blank page. I want you to title this page 2/4 versus 1/2. This should be a comparison that you do know how to do with bar models. So we're going to use it to show us how to do a number line. You need two number lines. I got two fractions. Two fractions need two number lines. So go ahead and draw your number line. Margin, margin, straight line. Leave some space in between them so you can do your tick marks and actually read the writing. What are my endpoints going to be? Not a trick question. What are my endpoints going to be, Courtney?
0 to 1.
0 to 1. Why are they 0 to 1? Ooh, why are number lines 0 to 1? Parker? What is? Fractions are bigger or smaller than 1? They can be bigger, right? We talked about 4/2, that's bigger than 1. But most of the fractions that we deal with are going to be in between 0 and 1. It's not quite one whole yet. All right, we're going to partition that first number line for 2/4. Quickly. 2/4. What fraction am I going to write above 0? This is not the first time we've done fractions on number line. Sam? 0/4. What fraction am I going to write above 1 whole, Taijir?
Above 1 whole.
Above 1 whole, what fraction?
1 whole. 2.
I'm partitioning my fourths.
4/4.
4/4. Is fourths going to have a middle?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not thirds.
It's not thirds. Good. What fraction is going to be in the middle? What fraction goes in the middle, Damien?
1/2.
Okay, we're in fourths.
Oh, 2/4.
2/4. Go ahead and put your other tick marks. We have 1/4 and then 3/4. Don't get lazy. please put all your tick marks down. That way you make sure you paste out your spaces evenly. What you need, Mason? Good. That's fine. Alright, when I count and space out the number lines, do I count the tick marks? No, I count my spaces. So I'm going to make my bubble, or you can make little hops, whatever works for you. Here's my 1/4 space and my 2/4 space. If you want to do hops, you can go 1/4 and 2/4. Either way. You can either do hops, you can do circles, you can do shaded in sections, whatever makes your brain happy. I like to do shaded in boxes because then it starts to remind me of a bar model. And bar models are really easy for my brain to look at. Alright, let's partition my second number line. What fraction goes above 0? Ryan? 0/2. Very good. What fraction goes above 1/2? Dylan? Oh! 2/2. Does halves have a middle?
Yes.
Natalie, what is the middle of halves?
It is
1/2. Alright, and then I'm going to shade in my 1/2 section. I'm going to do one giant circle, one giant jump. Using number lines is really not that different from a bar model. Using number lines is really not that different from a bar model. However, they might look tricky because they have a lot of extra stuff. Like, do I necessarily need to know where 3/4 is? Gabriella, sit up. No, not necessarily. But it does help you. Guarantee you will see fractions on a number line.
On the EOG.
Guarantee. Guarantee. Okay, they do it because it's a lot of numbers. It can look tricky, but it's not actually tricky. All right, so let's do another one. Oh wait, let's do our expression. Equal is not an expression. Equal is one sign. And in a whole expression. Lucy? Very good. These are equivalent fractions. Alright, we're going to make the first number line, the 3/8 number line. What fraction is equal to 0? Okay. 0/8. What fraction is equal to 1? Gabriella?
8.
Good. Does 8 have a middle?
Yes.
Yes, it's not thirds. What fraction is going to go in the middle? That's a little tricky. Now let's go quickly. Damien? 4/8. If you're wondering how he came up with that, we know the middle is always 1/2, and an equivalent fraction for 1/2 is 4/8, right, Aiden Dawson?
Yes.
Yes. Stay with me, please. All right, I'm going to partition the rest of my number line into my 8s, and I'm going to go through and label. Alright. Now what? Now what? Now what, Susie?
You draw the circles and crochet.
How many? How do you know it's 3?
Because there's 3 spaces to create 3 days.
There are 3 spaces to 3/8. There's also a 3 in the numerator, which tells me, hey, you need to go 3 times. We good? Yes? No? Okay, cool. All right, we're going to partition the other one into 4ths. What's the fraction for 0, Georgiana? 0 fourths. What's the fraction for 1, Cheyenne? 4 fourths. Does fourths have a middle?
Yes.
What is it, Sam? Very good. 2 fourths. Then I'll partition the rest of my number line. Now what? Now what, Mason? Ooh, beautifully said. From 0 fourths to 3 fourths. We always start at 0 and count forwards. We're not starting at 1 and going backwards. That would be weird. It's going to be 3 circles because it takes 3 circles to get to 3 fourths. And there is a 3 in our numerator, which also tells us, hey, it's only 3 spaces. From this picture, can you clearly tell which fraction is larger and which fraction is smaller?
Yes.
Somebody tell me the expression that I would write. McKenna?
3 fourths is larger than.
Is what?
Is great
Is greater than
than.
3/8.
Or you could say.
I could flip that around if I wanted to, yes.